Hello, 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 Sagittarians. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? We are almost to the 26th, which I'm doing this reading for. I'm behind as usual, but I like many of you know, I like to do the readings on the week it starts, actually, because those energies are right on the mark then. And any messages that I'm getting through from Divine are right on the mark for that week or what you're going through. So this is for the week of the 26th through the 1st of August, guys. We are done with July. Wow, I just can't believe this. Also, too, for you guys who haven't watched the full moon reading and the astrology video, it is uploaded, and these energies are still playing into this week. So that is something that will probably help you understand what is going on as well. Not only the full moon, but a lot of things that are happening with planets, especially Saturn and Uranus. A lot of conflicting things going on. Leo and Virgo energies in there as well, definitely. So if you haven't watched that, please go watch that. I think I put the link down below, and you'll also see what some of this is going to be playing into this week. So let's get started. Oh my goodness. So I bought a new deck this week, and so I'm going to use this deck just for the Divine's message because I'm still learning it. And I love it, and the energies are so light and full of love that I just want to start out with that because that is an energy we do want to start out with. All right. So I'm going to pick the Divine's card. Then I'm going to go to do the oracles for the current energies and the future energies and see what is going on and what the message is for today. All right. Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. This card, the artist. This is the oracle. The new oracle is the Oracle of Seven Energies. It is still by Colette Baron-Reid. I love her cards, her decks, and I partial with them because of the light that I feel in them. And they're also the way that I want to express messages as well. All right. So we're going to do the current energies and the future energies. Future energies now, those could be more planetary. Whoa. Wow. Okay, hang on here. I got to make sure I saw where each one fell. Okay, that one's there. They're more planetary. They're more of the full moon and the planets that are happening and going on. But what you're going to see is, not me right now. No, what you're going to see is that let me make sure these are all the right way, that the energies are very much like the Divines, because Divine is energy, Divine is universe. So definitely you will feel that definite energy. And the numerology sometimes is the same. So you know that for those of you that are new, I do mix my messages. Also, I listen to the astrology and the numerology as well. All right. It's really important. They're all energies. It's just all energies. All right. So our first card out is the Divine's card. It is a burst of magic. Now, burst of magic is an illusion. So we got to really pay attention to that. 8, 12, so it's 13, or it's number 3 in the numerology. God, this is a beautiful lotus. But if you look in here, there is an illusion in there. Can you see it? What is the illusion? Can you, if you're watching this, if you're looking at this and you're seeing this, tell me what you see that is not the flower, but what is the illusion there? I would love to get your comments on that. Definitely. We are going to read the Burst of Magic because it is the number 48. It is a deck that I'm learning. Just so you know how I do this is I go by what Colette is trying to portray in her card. However, it is also the Divine's message, so I have to listen to him first and see. But we want to definitely go by what Colette has done for this card. So the burst of energy, sometimes you may feel that something you've been pondering or a dilemma you'd let go of revisits you without warning. It may hit you while you're thinking about nothing, Or a trigger may be just the right words arising in a conversation, book, or a blog. An epiphany strikes like a lightning bolt, waking you up to the truth that is previously eluded you. It's as if the whole world stops in a moment as you integrate the missing pieces of the puzzle you were meant to solve all along. This is such time for you now. Answers are coming directly from the source of the being, downloaded into you with such force of conviction that you cannot be the same again. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm getting a download while I'm reading this. That's why I'm slow. Be grateful for the beautiful burst of magic. It's not an everyday gift. Okay. And then it says, inherent in this knowledge that the spirit is always listening to you. This is amazing because I listen to inspirational speakers almost every morning, and they could be pastors, they could be just mentors, they could be coaches, they could be authors, could be all kinds of different things. However, this morning was all about truth and truth of spirit and what is absolute truth. So this is really, really interesting because it says that it's going to wake you up like a lightning bolt of truth. Now, we talked about this before many times, guys. Truth is huge. And even in today's speaker, it was all about whose truth? World truth, divine's word truth, and what is absolute truth, what is worldly truth. Completely amazing. So we'll see what he does in this reading. The current energy for the week, though, and this is, you have to acknowledge this is the number 3, something to acknowledge that there is a spiritual truth. That is the truth that we should be following, not earthly truth. And the reason why is earthly truth is changeable. Earthly truth can be per someone's perspective, somebody's theology, somebody's philosophy, somebody else's, and it can change like tomorrow. Whereas spiritual truth is constant, absolute, and never changing, and there's rules to follow by that. So that is what the difference is there. So the current energy is the Queen. The Queen is also the number 4 in numerology, and it's about stability and growth. It's also about woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. Okay. So that meaning that the thing about the feminine power is that we are nurturers. We are also very intuitive, more so than the masculines. We are more intuitive. That's the way our brains are physically put. It is also about fertility. Also, what women can do. Women can produce a baby where men can't. So we have a lot more abilities to do than actually the masculines do. But the future energy here, and that's about stability. The number 4 is about growing something stable in your life as a feminine, and that's everybody has a feminine side. However, we want to just sort of look at everything else. Sorry about that. I don't like that because it cuts into my energy. And so we need to really look forward. Here's the problem with this. Well, it's not a problem. It's something that you really have to look at in your future. So I would say through August is, what is it that you fear? I will tell you right now what I heard was, a lot of people fear the truth. They can't, you can't handle the truth. Sort of like kind of a thing. There's that old saying, you can't handle the truth, which I want somebody to tell me the truth. I don't care if it hurts me, if I can't handle it. I don't give a crap. Just tell me the truth, the absolute truth, not your truth, but the absolute truth. And where does that come from? So fear, fear also can control us to not move forward in life. Fear can hinder us and stop us because we're holding on to stuff that maybe we need to be releasing. We're now going into the waning moon, which is a releasing moon that we need to release a lot of energies. 8, where am I? 8. It's the number 12, which is the number 3. Again, I told you before that the divine and the planet energies are very much the same. Okay, so the definite thing is these are both number 3s. 48 turns into 3 in numerology. Okay, and you can be looking at fear as an illusion as well, because we fear the truth. So life is a lie or illusion because we don't want to walk in the truth. We don't want to live in the truth. So you're either living a lie, or you're living the truth. is sort of kind of a thing. Okay, but life can be a big illusion depending on where your mindset is at. All right, so let's see what the divine has for you as far as messages. He's funny today. King of Swords, about the truth, getting to the bottom of what is true. Okay, what is illusion, what is not. What was it? One of them, one of the divine's cards for one of the other signs was what was it? Smoke and mirrors. You know, your second card out is definitely the 5 of Wands, and that is all about arguments and fights and things not working out right. A lot of that is based on somebody's perspective, and you're not agreeing with that. Okay, you're definitely not agreeing with it. So you sort of have to get to a point. It's very unstable for somebody. So somebody is really fighting the truth. Somebody doesn't want to know the truth. Definitely. Why wouldn't you want to know the truth? Because you can better yourself once you know the truth. I will tell you, though, the truth hurts at first, or it sucks at first. You might get angry at first. But the thing is, when the truth comes out, and that's where this fighting comes, because that's anger, that's fear. And that's what happens with this, Sag. This is what happens with this. We fear, so we fight, or we get angry, we get bitter, because somebody hit our red button. Why'd you hit the red button? And the red button is definitely, yeah, illusions is also a betrayal to yourself. An illusion is a betrayal to somebody else, or it's deceitful, or it's a lie. Again, so I guess this reading has a lot to do with honesty and truth, and also too not living in an illusion. You know, in a false world. Are you living in a, oh, thank you. So they're saying if you're living in a false world, that means you're not living your authentic you. Spirit's talking. We got the High Priestess. Okay. And when I talk about spirit, I say Holy Spirit, because there's a lot of spirits out there. So be real careful at what spirit you call in. So this is definitely a time where somebody really needs to take a look and step back at what their fears are for the future. And face them, or maybe ask somebody for the honest truth. You can always email me. You're going to get the honest truth. Not my truth. You're going to get divine's truth. I had that happen this morning. I had somebody texting me, and, you know, God was talking to me, and he was saying, you know what? He's not ready for the truth. And it's the same pattern, and they're saying the same words over that they did a year ago. The same exact things. They're stuck. They're just completely stuck, and they cannot see it. And if you begin to show it to them, then they become angry immediately. So there's a lot of issues why they're getting angry. Fear that they may have to change to somebody more beautiful. Fear that what they are right now is maybe not adequate enough. And it is adequate enough where you're at. However, it's the mindset. It's all in the mindset. One more. So we have the king, we have the king of, we have the King of Swords, we have the King of Pentacles, we've got the High Priestess, we've got the 10 of Cups. This is about what you want for your future and your potential. Wow, this is amazing. Because the King of Pentacles is about your success in your life, and it's also about monetary or your career or things that you want to do. But to me, also the King of Pentacles, and you got the King of Swords, especially first card out, that's telling me, what do I want to live truly for my life and be able to financially bring that in. All right. Oh, that was on the bottom. Got to do that one. Okay, so... whew, it's hot in here, guys. It's really hot. I don't have the air conditioning in this back room. It is very warm in Oregon today. So, let's see here. Again, we're definitely talking. But the thing is that the divine definitely wants you to have everything that you desire. He's ready to give it, that kind of a thing. It's there. The 10 of Cups is there. And that is success. Now, if you have the King of Pentacles right next to there, some people think success is money. It's not always money for success. What is success to one person is not the same thing to another. And what I mean by that, maybe success to one person is about having a really, maybe they've been sick in their younger years, and it's just to have good health, to be able to do the things that they want to do. Maybe for a disabled person that, success is getting, if they're physically disabled, to get to a point where they can actually walk and do things. Success could be a happy family. Success could be, financial stability. It could be a career that brings money to help your children. Whatever that success is to you, I don't know. But that's what the divine is saying. The way you'll get it is by living in truth. Okay? Again, that's a fear for somebody. If they really knew who I was, well, I can say that because I was living a person that I wasn't really supposed to be, or I was created to be back then. I was a liar manipulator. And I was scared to be the person that I wanted to be because I was worried about what everybody else was thinking. So it created a lot of problem for me. But when I said, screw it, I don't care what anybody else thinks. God gave me these gifts. God gave me all this, whatever, the abilities. So then I came out and said, you know what? I am going to be the spiritual being that I have been struggling to be all my life. And now I'm a spiritual being. So, but your challenge card is the Three of Swords. Now, this Three of Swords is, of course, a painful card. But your challenge is that you don't want to face the pain. You have to work through the struggles and the pain and the hurt and everything to be able to release. Remember, we're in the waning moon. We got to release certain things. The only way that we can get to this point, because they're side by side, is to release that and keep moving forward. Not going back. I used to wane over my ex-husband. I wanted him back. He left. And it's like I married him for life, and he obviously didn't. And, I wasted so much time and energy because when we are given something and it leaves, there's a lesson to be learned, and it's done, and you need to move on. But somebody can't. So this is what's going to hold you back from all your stuff. So you need to actually walk in the truth that it is something that it's sort of like when I used to do this, I used to be, I used to lie. Somebody say, you just want him back. And I'd say, no, that's fine. I'm good with it. But deep inside my heart, I knew I was lying because yes, I wanted him back. So even just kind of those things can really keep you stuck. So we want to make sure that we're talking to ourselves in truth before we actually go off and expect somebody to take the truth from you. And your truth, is it your truth or a divine truth? So anytime we talk in absolute truth, we want to be talking about the divine. All right. But this feminine energy is also is your current energy. So somebody also maybe be getting ready to have a baby, or thinking about getting pregnant, thinking about, having a family, and their partner might be fighting it. Because maybe they're not in a good place. Something's going on that 2 and 2 is not adding up to 4, and the trust is being rocked. So definitely, when you've got these two together, you've got worldly trust, worldly issues being at hand, and that they don't go hand in hand. Deceit and lies and doing things not of truth definitely don't go hand in hand. This is definitely something to do with a couple, though. And, not all a couple, but I'm saying like a partnership or somebody that something that you're having a problem with. Something that is totally an illusion. Okay, so this might be something good that's being hid. Sort of like when you, want to plan a birthday party or something for somebody, you don't share all the information. Okay, it might have something to do with that person in that manner. Okay, but again, there is some hurt here that is not let go. So this is what's holding you back. There might be a hurt for somebody, and I don't know I don't know who this would be or relate to if you have had a child or had a miscarriage or something, and that created so much pain that you're really scared and fearful to have another child. I don't know who that's for, but there is definitely these 3 cards here. Okay. So somebody might be going through those feelings of, you know, what happens if it doesn't work out again? What happens, you know, if I lose it again? What happens? Da, 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 da. You can't do the if-onlys because the if-onlys probably will never happen. But this definitely has to do with definitely a couple. So this really makes me wonder what is going on with two people, because we have the illusion, we have the Five of Wands, and then we have the Seven of Swords. And these are all basically like illusions. What seems to be true is not. Because we have the first thing out, seeking the absolute truth. Absolute truth. Okay, so I don't know who this is for, but it definitely has to do with a couple that's been either around together a long time. Hello, welcome, welcome. Has been together for a long time. And I think this is just a ripple, or, you know, like a little wave. I don't think this is a big thing. I think once somebody gets through this fear, this walking in fear, that we definitely are going to work through this, and you're going to release that pain or the sorrow or whatever has happened, and you're going to gain this, the Ten of Cups. I think this is just a lesson or a work in progress, but this definitely is holding somebody back. Definitely holding somebody back to move forward. So we have to try to release that pain, try to release. It's like one of the inspirational speakers I was listening to, grief. It's okay to grieve, but it is not okay to live in grief or stay in grief, because then we cannot move forward. All right. And there might be something going on. I don't know what it is with this couple, but I definitely see I see a little ripple in the water. I don't see big waves like a huge storm, but it is going to change the trajectory of the relationship. Okay. Yeah. It is going to change. So we've got the Star and we've got Strength. That's how they fell out. So the balance needs to come back. There has to be balance. The only way you're going to have balance is by communication, and really healthy communication, not screaming at each other. And that takes a lot of strength. This takes a lot of strength. This takes becoming vulnerable. And this takes saying, you know what? Yeah, I am broken, or I do hurt like everybody else. I do have pain like everybody else. Because sometimes when we act really, really strong, deep inside we're crumbling. So again, this illusion that everything is not as it seems is to be paid attention to. It's sort of like when you go, you know, see a friend or go in the grocery store and, oh, how are you? You know, oh, I'm fine. And you're really not. You just lie. Oh, but that's a social thing. Why isn't it socially okay to say, you know what, I'm struggling today? You know, you never know if that person is one that meditates and prays, because prayer is extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. Been through it many, many, many a times, and the outcome's been amazing. Amazing each time. All right, so let's see what else Divine has. Can I get some clarity on this fear for the future card for Sagittarians, please? I don't know who this is relating to, but they're asking me to focus on the fear card. Because fear can be debilitating, definitely, and that is your future card. This is a time to begin to face these fears. There's also a time with the waning moon to actually release the fears to the universe. Knight of Pentacles. Again, we're looking forward. This is, again, towards these lover cards or together cards, trying to get balance here. It's on its way, because the Knight of Pentacles, he is sort of he's a forward-moving knight about future. He's a lot about career and stuff, but in this case, it's definitely about future energy, but he's also got a romantic energy. So I think it's going to take strength for this couple to, you know, sit down and really get the elephant out of the room and talk about things and be honest and 100% truth with each other. And especially if it is this woman who has lost a baby or had a miscarriage or whatever, you have to be honest with your partner. You just have to be honest. But you cannot live in that grief. You have to keep moving on in the future, because nothing is ever the same. Even if you have a miscarriage, and I've had one, and it's never the same each time, so it is a life, but it is also too something that there is a reason. Maybe your body isn't ready or is rejecting it for whatever, or you're going through too much stress, or the time wasn't right for that child to come down. Yeah. Well, you know what, though, if he hasn't been gone too long, then, he's going to be thinking not only career. It's okay to focus on your career, but the other thing, too, let him go for a while. Let him go. Let him go. He's got some lessons to learn. He's got some lessons to learn, and you deserve 100% better than that. That's not, the thing is, when I talk about communication with people, it's okay to have an argument and maybe not talk to each other for a day, maybe a day, 2 at the most. But when you go weeks, that becomes more of an abuse tactic rather than an actually constructive way of handling it. When somebody stops talking to you, that's fear again, that they cannot talk without some emotions coming up. But it's also another fear that they can't confront their own issues. So love yourself and keep doing the things that you need to be doing for yourself during this time, definitely. And it is hard. This is where your pain is here, but it is going to teach you an enormous, enormous lesson for yourself. Don't worry about him. Worry about yourself during this time. Okay? And if he's focusing in on his career, he's definitely focusing in on worldly things. Things of the world mean more important to him than spiritual, definitely. Oh, I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. Yes, yes. So you let him go and heal, let him go and learn, let him go and do what he needs to do to get to that next level. And then when he comes back, he's more whole. And you will be more whole because you're going to focus in on you. And it doesn't mean if you were, if you're together and if you were married, that's a huge, huge soul tie. But you're always together once you've been together. Yeah. So really focus in on yourself, keep moving forward. Yes, it is a grief process, but just don't stay there, because you need to keep moving forward. And this picture here is for you. So there's something there that was an illusion that you don't know about, that maybe something's happening with him, because men don't talk a lot about their feelings and what's going on with them. So there's something deep inside of him that may be going on that he needs to work on. So you definitely, but then when he does come back, then you are going to heal yourself enough that it comes back on your terms and that you are going to be respected. Love is respect. So that kind of a thing as well. All right. Whew. 28. Let me see if there's anything else Divine has to say about fear. Definitely. And also truth. Absolute truth. Definitely. Got to walk in absolute truth. And that takes strength, because a lot of the times you'll be walking alone. I'll tell you right now. And even my daughter was talking to me yesterday, and she said, you know what? You have changed so much. I love this person that you are. And lifting me up, knowing that this change is a positive change, but not only this is a spiritual change, that she is open to that as well. So that is really, really good. Yeah, he's I would say most likely he's hiding his feelings, and he doesn't want to talk about them. And don't try to bring those out. Just, if he comes back, you need to give some time between if he's going to come back. If he comes back in a week and says, "Oh, I'm better now," he's not. That's definitely a lie. He needs to go and figure it out and then come back. And that takes time. That does take time. The Six of Pentacles and definitely the Six of Wands. Okay. Standing up for what you believe in. Standing up for what you... Are you getting this? Standing up for what you believe in and your integrity and your morals and your values. Definitely stand up for that. Definitely stand up for what you believe in, as far as some, it's sort of like some women will say to their husband, I really would like to go to work part-time so I have my own money, kind of a thing, if they're home, all the time, and they're like, no, you don't need to do that. But this is standing up for something, not only for you, for your spirit and your soul, but also too for what you need for yourself. Maybe like me, I have horses. I want to pay for my own horse. I want to pay for my own tack. I want to pay for my that kind of stuff. I don't want it to be a burden on the family. I want to be able to do it and do it separately from that. So, something of that nature. This is just a hypothetical, but however, definitely are wanting to stand up for your integrity, your morals, and your values. Really huge. Because where your integrity, morals, and values are, is where the truth lies. And it takes strength to do that, because a lot of the times we are on our own. I can't have a lot of friends, I can't have a lot of friends, period, that are going to walk worldly and not want to tell the truth or allow the truth to be told, because then you're living in the illusion again. Okay. But this energy that I'm getting here is a lot more for the females, for the feminines, definitely more so. However, if you are a masculine energy, definitely please pay attention to it, because we all have fear. Definitely have fear. Honey, you're not all alone. You're never alone. You got to learn how to talk to Divine and hear his voice. You're never alone. And especially sometimes when you are alone, you're just quiet and everything, you can hear it, and it's amazing. And then you feel like, I don't know how he does it, but you feel joy-filled, you feel light, you feel okay by yourself. And you will learn that being by yourself is where you really touch yourself internally to learn and grow. You learn and grow more. But definitely the Divine is really talking about fear this next week. Facing the fears. And also the planets, definitely, because we've got Leo and Virgo energies, we've got Saturn and Uranus energies, and they are one about love and then not feeling the emotions. It's sort of like the Aquarius. They're real not very, because we've got the moon in Aquarius, but they're really not an emotional person, where Leos are really in love and passionate and like this. So it's sort of like an opposite. So, a lot of the last 2 weeks I've been talking about the Dr. Dolittle llama, where they're facing away from each other, but they're connected. So it's sort of that push me, pull me kind of thing. And that's the energies that are happening right now, especially with our emotions and our feelings. It's like we're letting our feelings just drive us when we actually should be pulling them in, pull those reins back, pull those feelings in, and control our feelings and our emotions. Because when we do that, then we release fear. We release fear. And we work on our hurts and our pains. We work on our hurts and our pains. Okay, so this is your challenge card. So let's see if we can turn it around this week and be able to release some of those pains and hurts and say, yeah, you know what? That really freaking sucked, and I don't ever want to go through that again. That hurt like all the heebie-jeebies, and I don't want to go through that again. So I am going to make sure that I face that fear, and I am going to face it so it doesn't happen again. And I'm going to share this little story with a friend when he was going through his divorce. This might help you as well, Mariella. Is that when he went through his divorce, he was hurting. I mean, the dude was crying. He was hurting. She left him. She cheated, whatever. And he did really, truly love her. But, he understood the mistakes he made in the relationship, because he knows it takes two to tango, right? So, but the thing is, I said, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry you're hurting, and in this pain. He goes, no, I want to feel this. I want to feel the hurt. I want to feel the pain. I want to feel the anger, because then I will be awake and not ever allow this kind of person or this kind of situation to ever happen again, so that I can grow and I can learn for myself as well. And he was right. You have to feel the pain. You have to feel the hurt. You have to feel what you go through. But at the end of the day, his problem is he's hanging on to it. And he doesn't want to move. He wants to move forward, but now he's so angry and bitter that he doesn't want to move to find somebody else. He just wants to live alone. And out of fear that maybe he will find somebody that will do the same thing to him. You can't do that because everybody's different. Every person's different. Every journey is different. And in order to hold that feeling and hang on to that for your future, you're missing out on who divine is going to bring to you. It might be the same person, but why would you go back to toxicity? Why would you go back to somebody who cheated? Why would you go back to that? That trust is broken. It is completely broken. So the thing is to keep moving forward in the light and say, yes, I had to feel that pain. I had to go through it. I had to go through the tears. I had to go through the anger, because there is steps to grieving. First, we're like in disbelief and denial. Then we go through anger, and then we go through all the other steps of releasing that. But the thing is, he has to move on, and he knows it, but he's so scared to do it. And that is what keeps you stuck from getting everything the divine has given to you or wants to give you, because it's already given. You just have to go and take it. Ask for it and receive it. All right. So that's your lesson, or lesson. That's my lesson. But anyway, that I've been through this. I've been through what you're going through. Not in that sense, but with the pain and the, taking the heart. He didn't take your heart. Nobody takes your heart unless you let them. So keep that heart. Guard that heart. And next time when you go through this, or if he comes back, you'll be ready, but you got to take the time to heal. All right. So I hope, and this might be for other people too. Excuse me. I don't know. So Sagittarians, that's your reading. Really listen for absolute truth. Again, I asked in the very beginning, a lot of people weren't on. This is a beautiful card. This is the burst of magic. Magic is an illusion. Other than the flower, do you see anything in there that might be an illusion? I'd love it in the comments. Just type it in the comments. What do you see? Is there an image, or is there anything you see in the picture? Because it is an illusion, because it's really not there. So just walk in absolute truth. Be absolute truth, but make sure if you're going to be honest with somebody and be truthful and give them the truth, because they will get angry, they will get hurt. Do it in love, do it in kindness, and make sure you ask yourself, why am I giving him or her the truth? What is the purpose of this? Because sometimes there's a right time and there's not a right time. So really be asking yourself before somebody says they want to know the honest truth. For me, I want to know the honest truth. I really, really do. And that's how we grow and we learn. And that brings me to a higher spiritual realm. However, it has to be absolute truth, not earthly truth. All right. So I hope this helps. And again, don't forget about the full moon reading. That is still going to play Monday and Tuesday, tomorrow and Tuesday, a little bit, and then that dissipates. But the moon that we're in now is waning. Get rid of the garbage. Get rid of, release, 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 release. This is a waning moon. This is about Saturn and Uranus and the conflict. Go ahead and watch the video. You'll understand. But there is a conflict between your head and your spirit about releasing. So your head doesn't want to let go, but your heart is saying, in order to grow, you have to release all the garbage. Oh, you're so very welcome. And don't forget to hit that like button. I guess YouTube really hits big on the likes. And please share this video if you know somebody that it might be touching or helping. And hit that subscribe and bell button so that you can be notified every time I'm on, when you get sick of me. All right, but I do have uploads too that I do to help you guys, not only in just spirituality, but love and life and balance. All right. So, oh, good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yes, anytime anybody comes in who is ever in, please just tell me where you're from. Say hello, say hi, or tell me where you're from or whatever. Just pop in. This is why I keep it live. All right. So we will see you on the 2nd. All right. This is great energies because I'm doing this on the 25th, and these energies are for tomorrow. So these are fresh energies Divine's trying to give somebody and a message to somebody. All right. Take care, guys. I love you guys. Bye, Sag. I call you guys Sag. I hope that doesn't bother anybody. Take care.